Difference, we are going to see what is a path matrix. A path matrix is nothing but a modification or a representation that is used from the adjacency matrix. So path matrix is nothing but an adjacency matrix raised to various powers. We shall see this part after having gone through the explanation. So let us look at this graph. So there are 4 nodes and there are 7 edges. So we represent this in a path matrix called A. No, we represent using an adjacency matrix A. That means if there is an edge from I to J, we put 1, L, 0. So for example, there is no edge from 1 to 1, so 0. From 1 to 4, there is an edge, so we have 1. So this is a path matrix represented for this graph. Okay. Now suppose I square this matrix, that is A square, I should get this value. Okay. Now look at the values. So this is a path matrix. So we can find different powers, a to the power. This is a to the power 2. Now look at the definition. Okay, for an adjacency matrix A, an entry A, K, Ij, that means in the matrix ijth row column, for the power k, that means here it is k is 2, a square, ijth entry in the matrix, it is okay, denotes number of paths of length k from V1 to Vj. Okay, so number of paths available. Let's take one example from the matrix. Look at the matrix. Okay, A2, 2, 1. That means this is a square, so that's why it is called A2, 2, 1. That means 2, 1. Okay, the value is 1. Okay, which means there is one path of length 2 from V2 to V1. There is one path of length 2 from V2 to V1. So V2 to V1, there is one path of length 2. So that should be 1, 2. So this route. So this is a path. Okay, this is of length 2. Similarly, don't confuse the numbers. That's why I've given the colors. Look at the color where the numbers match. Okay. A24. So look at A24. This is 2. Okay, A24, which means there are 2 paths. Okay, there are 2 paths of length 2 from V2 to 4. V2 to V4, there are 2 paths of length 2. So one is this, and the other one, this and this. So there are 2 paths. Of course, other paths are 1. Suppose you multiply a to the power cube or a to the power 4, then that will define based on the values of length 4, 5, etc. Okay, so this matches with number of paths and the square matches with of length. So this is path matrix. Okay, so possible. Oh, this is not a representation of graph, but this is a advanced version of how a path matrix, paths are represented from an adjacency matrix. So for a graph representation, it uses only adjacency matrix and adjacency list. We have seen path matrix. Sometimes you can get a question, what is a path matrix? So take a graph, find its representation, take its square or cube, and explain the paths. All right, we'll leave you to do one more assignment by yourself, that is called an incidence matrix. Incidence matrix. What is an incidence matrix? Okay, I will just write it so that you will remember. Incidence matrix. Okay, so this is a home assignment to be done. An incidence matrix is a matrix between the nodes and edges, nodes in rows and edges in column. So values are represented sometimes based on different conditions. I will leave you to look into that. So for example, if I were to represent this particular graph in an incidence matrix, You will have 4 nodes, 4 rows, and there are 7 edges. So there will be 4 rows and 7 columns. Then values, each node and an edge is connected, where it is entering, exiting, or no connection. Based on, you'll get the values. Thank you.